Hello YouTube, what is up? This is the Waits Melbringer bringing you Chapter 3 of Episode 5 of Halo 4 Spartan Ops. And today we'll be doing Everything Has Gone Wrong. Who could have ever seen that coming? If you saw the last episode, we got into a base in which nothing was supposed to happen, nothing was supposed to go wrong, and we got brutally slaughtered by Prometheans. Beat them off, but got brutally slaughtered as well, but, you know, still beat him off, so technically it's a victory. Not really sure. So today we'll be using a bow rifle, hard light shield, bolt shot combo.
Infinity, this is Warbird Company. You can relax, the Marines are here. We got this place on lockdown, so go ahead and bring your Spartans on home.
Really bad case of foreshadowing. Wah, wah, wah. It's funny. It's funny making fun of dead people. Not really, but still. Because, you know, the odds weren't fucked enough. Spec Ops, Elites, Grunts, Jackals, an entire fucking Covenant cruiser. Thanks for that, guys. I think we've pissed them off. Did you already say I have one of those on my position? Yeah, giant fucking Covenant cruiser. Overkill. Just a slight bit on the overkill side there, guys. Luckily, grunts are still easy to kill. Haha, you can have all the cruisers and weapons you want, but ultimately it doesn't change the fact that you're still incredibly fleshy and easy to beat down on the ground. So, yeah, for some reason I decided to use a carbine and a bow rifle, which is kind of a redundant combo. Redundancy combo. You see, that's more effective. That basically allows me to, you know, noob combo, which, to be honest, hasn't really been used since Halo 3. Which feels like a really long time ago. Or, I'll just use a storm rifle. Warrior to help the Spartan. Apparently, from the looks of it, I'm here to help you. You guys, all you do is slow me down. Smooth going there, geniuses. Yeah, I just smoke these guys with my storm rifle. I don't know if I'm playing this on... I forgot if I'm playing this on normal or heroic. But, yeah, this is basically Chapter 5, guys. It's another Horde mode. Don't you just love these? You know, it's not like every fucking chapter in this entire goddamn game is a freaking Horde mode. What? So, why did they not bring back Firefight again? I forgot. God, because I really can't tell the difference. Oh yeah, there's a plot behind it, but ultimately it doesn't change the fact all we're doing is, you know, trying to avoid dying. Just holding this position. And we have unlimited respawns. Yeah. Okay. I just don't like this. At all. The campaign is a fairly solid campaign. Once again, this is one of my... As I said in my Halo 4 Let's Play, this is one of my favorite games of all time. But I absolutely cannot stand the first 5 chapters of Spartan Ops. The next 5, on the other hand, are actually fairly okay. But the first 5, dear God, you don't realize how bad they are until you go back and actually, you know, play them. Then you realize how bad they really are. Like, I thought IGN was just talking out their ass, like, oh yeah, this is so boring. And then I went back, played it, and I realized, my God, this is boring. This is honestly skull-numbing. Yeah, I got a few more copies to clear out, and then I'm gonna have another wave. And then I'm gonna have another wave. Just, do something creative. Or original. You know, why can't we ever have a moment like the final segment of the Maw level from Halo 1? Why can't we have one of those? Giant Warthog escape? Anyone? No one would no one would like to see that. That would have made it so much better. You know, it's like these things they should be doing, they're just totally not doing. And it's kind of disappointing. Because Spartan Ops could be good if they simply did it right. You know, sort of like the Spec Ops missions in Modern Warfare 2, but, you know, not nearly as bad. Actually, I mean, on Halo 4 side. I like the Halo 4... I like the Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops missions more than I actually like the Halo 4 missions. Oh, shotgun. Convenient. So, yeah. Just destroy this Covenant shield, and you now have more cannon fodder to help you. There. Ooh, sounds intimidating. No, not really. They never even appear in the, Ta-da! That's your big threat there, guys. So then you can easily blast at point-blank range. Although I completely and totally failed to do that. Oh, and yeah, while you're doing that, a group called Fireteam Shadow, no relation to the Hedgehog, although that would be kind of awesome. But Fireteam Shadow takes out the Covenant cruiser that's, you know, threatening to obliterate you. So, yeah. And also, the enemy can use your turrets. You do not even want to know how frustrating that can be. You know, you're just going do. Well, they didn't bring any turrets. I didn't see them bring any turrets, so I'm assuming I'm safe. And then I get shot by a human turret. Like, I'm not expecting that. It's a complete total blindside. But granted, that's one of the reasons why the AI in this game is good. Okay, I totally did not see that stealth elite. Luckily, bolt shot for the win. Or not. Plasma grenade for the win. And power for the win.
Hello? Infinity? Dr. Boyd, where are you?
Off being a useless dumb fuck, accusing people of not being good enough.
Crimson, see if you can lend Dr. Boyd a hand.
So you just have to walk over here, then it'll tell you to walk all the way back, then it'll tell you to hit this button, and then ta-da! All you're doing is opening button. All you're doing is opening buttons and fighting horde mode. Just, just can't. No, that's not what you sound like. Yes, it is. You know, I'm really trying to stay on topic towards the Halo series, but it's really, really hard. Like, supremely difficult. I already talked about what I could talk about in the Halo 4 campaign commentary. What the hell's left to talk about, guys? I guess I could talk about what I think about the books. And this is an extremely clunky and awkward transition. I'm not good at this yet. I'll never be good at these, but, you know, we can dream, right? We can dream, right, guys? Overall, what I think of the books is, I love The Fall of Reach. The Flood is okay. It's not spectacular, but it's not awful either. It's just good. First Strike is the absolute best in the series, which definitely, yeah, that's definitely saying something. Yeah, definitely saying something. Ghost of Onyx, there's a good mystery behind it. What's up with the planet Onyx, and why is it suddenly trying to kill everyone? Well, the answer to that is actually a fairly good answer, and the ending is really good. And also, who are the Spartan 3s? You know, those guys from the Fall of Reach that you play as? No, wait, not the Fall of Reach. Halo Reach. Yeah, those guys you play as in Halo Reach, Spartan 3s. The question is, who are the Spartan 3s? And the answer to that is fairly good. The books afterwards, on the other hand, Contact Harvest is kind of a snooze fest. I mean, you got the segments with the Prophets, but outside of that, it's not really that interesting. And then you got the Cult Protocol, which is, it's decent, I guess. it's something worth reading if you want to kill the time, but nothing really that spectacular. You know, I put this on the same level with Halo the Flood, really. It's good. It does give us a bit more info on the Halo series, like we actually learn the Arbiter's name. But outside of that, it's not really that necessary to read if you want to understand the Halo franchise, the other books a little more. In fact, Contact Harvest and the Cold Protocol can just be summarized as what the fuck moments. Because that's sort of what they are, just what the WTF moments, but minus, take out the what and put in the why in there. Why the fuck? You know? Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's not interesting, to say the least. At least Contact Harvest. The Cold Protocol at least tells a cool story, and offers a bit of... It's a cool side story. What happens if there was a section of humans working with a section of Covenant during the war? Well, that's a fairly interesting question. And how the mystery behind the rubble, which is the humans, you know, the rebel humans' base, is fairly interesting as well. But, just Contact Harvest is the worst. Granted, that's not saying it's a bad book or anything. It's not that awful. It's just there. And in a series where most of the books have been really good and really informed the story of the other games without necessarily being required reading, they're pretty good. Contact Hours just comes off as a nah kind of thing. Like, read it if you want to, but it's not necessarily a book I'd recommend. Then there's Halo Evolutions. To be honest, so let me cover what Evolutions is first. Evolutions is actually just a series of short stories, kind of like that Halo Legends anime they made a few years back, but in, you know, novel form. And it tells entirely new side stories of the Halo universe. I feel like the most overrated story in that entire thing is the Mona Lisa. I was just not interested in that. Granted, the idea of a Halo zombie apocalypse kind of thing on a UNSC starship is kind of interesting. That's a pretty neat concept. And I do like the ending, but most of it feels like your standard zombie story fare. Just incredibly... It's not bad, it's just yawn. And it's like, it feels like I read this before. And really some of the questions that could have been answered are never really answered about the book. Which is a bad thing to have in a short story, because in a short story you usually want to wrap up your ties. Oh, that plus for a short story, it's literally 1/3 of the book. I counted how many pages it is. It is 1/3 of the book. It's over 100 pages. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. Let's see. My most underrated story has to go to Palace Hotel. Why? Because, well, even in spite of the fact that it's just a recreation of the events of the third level of Halo 2, you know, the one where you're riding the tank and trying to take out a scarab, it's still fairly good and does tell a new story. And does offer us a little bit more of a light about the Master Chief. And really at a time where most people just see him as just an invincible robotic badass, it sort of adds a human side to him. Seriously, Palace Hotel is really good. If I had to give you however, if you're not the kind of person who's into stuff like Palace Hotel, because it does require a certain kind of mind to like that, but I like it. It requires a certain kind of mindset to like. However, there's another one, Dirt, which chronicles an ODST from his beginnings on Harvest all the way up to his death, which also there's a cameo from a Halo 3 ODST character in there. So, yeah. Dirt is really good because it explores how someone can lose their humanity and ultimately just become a faceless killing robot without actually, being a robot, but still, the metaphor. It's a metaphor.
Was your team clear?
And how they can regain that humanity that they lost.
All in one piece. Excellent work, Spartans.
It's a fairly good story.
Spartan Miller, distress call
The,
from forward base magma.
uh,
They've been under
you know,
attack for some
if
time
you
and
get
would appreciate
do
your
end,
backup. Crimson, get
however, I
loaded for
have
that.
one of the original
Reporting
editions
on
of
catching
Halo
a Brad
Evolutions,
Dalton. I need a quick
which
report
is,
from Crimson to Magma's
um,
position. Pelicans on station.
which is the original version, which is not split in two parts. But yeah, the video is coming to an end, so I'll cover more the anime and the comics later. But with that being said, this has been the Wade Smallbringer saying, "Hasta luego, Mister. Hasta luego, Mister. Hasta luego, Mister."